Okay, before I say goodnight, I wanted to make a video, and this is probably going to be a very short one because of the idea that it's about, or the content is basically within lifestyle, but I call it privacy. I this should be a short topic, but there's a lot to talk about. There are people who thrive in the public eye, and there are people who don't. Um, I pretty I now I don't exactly thrive in the public eye. It's not my scene. It's not something that I do. I have pretty much been all about privacy for a long time. What does it mean to me? And I guess that's what I should talk about. I think privacy is about having space. Not necessarily a lot of space, but having a little bit of space within your life. But I mean, maybe at one time I believed in having some moments or some lengths of time of total privacy from anyone. But I've decided and I've realized that if you're going to be really like, if you're not gonna be hiding from society, and hiding isn't necessarily like a weakness or a weak trait. You may be hiding just because you find it more beneficial to your life or something. I don't know. But in this current time where I feel like I genuinely have some kind of presence and existence in this world, in this society, in this city, and on and on. So I believe that privacy should be a little different. Now, privacy does not have to necessarily be 0 or 100, right? Now, I'm not really trying to look for children all over the world to watch my videos and subscribe and comment and talk about how I'm the coolest guy in the world and everything I do is cool, and all the kids should try to be like me and do the activities I do because the activities are cool and that's how you become cool. You see, sometimes kids or even adults, but a lot of times children, when they see somebody, for example, let's say somebody who looks like they are very well socialized or should be popular, and they see that they're not, and they see that they have privacy and no one's paying attention and whatnot, they think that that person is really cool. For some, they think that just that much of it is really cool. And they assume that you have to be somebody very cool to have that. However, if you're visible and you're seen, all of a sudden that's not there anymore. Like I said, I don't want children all over the world and to say, oh, he's so cool and we want to do his activity. And then I have 1 million subscribers and I'm the trendiest, coolest guy on YouTube and I'm making money from all these views and all that shit. I could give a shit about that. I think when I robbed the bank, or maybe the day before, the days leading up to robbing the bank, I made a decision in my life. I made a decision that I would not choose a pathway to wealth, any level of wealth, even a small level of wealth. I would not choose a pathway that was easier, less rewards, that had less respect, that was just based on some bullshit and a way to make money and live that life all the time. I couldn't do it. And I realized that day that no matter what came my way, that I would have to genuinely earn it. Now, back to the privacy point, how does this relate? Well, like I said, I'm not looking for children or even girls to say, or women to say, oh my God, I want to watch this guy or whatever. And I don't want like even your trends, your trendy people, your punk rockers, your hip hoppers, your soul lovers, and your pop top 40, whatever it is, to say, oh, I really like his video. Hey, you know what? It's really relevant. Hey, it's so cool. I don't want that at all. I don't want that. And judging by looking at myself right here, I can't see how I would even make that happen or how that would even come about more than for 5 or 10 minutes or 20 minutes in like one day of the year from some lucky way. But other than that, there's really none of that. But back to the point, for me, privacy is between like within my life. So it's not just me holding all my privacy. It is my privacy, but it's not, and it still is private, but it's just within, rather than just me and one or two people. It's like me and like maybe just the people that you relate to and and you guys are actually actively in that life. Remember, man, listen to me. You could have 100 people around you, okay? Let's say you're a professor and a business owner. You have employees, business partners, colleagues at the university. Let's say you got 200 people. No, let's say 100. You got 100 people that are all around you, whether they're partners at the same level, whether they're above you or below you or whatever. And then, where am I getting with this? I really lost where I was going with that. So I'll try my best to recover it. I would say that that doesn't necessarily mean that that's probably not good enough for me. No, sorry, I got the point. Okay, so the idea was that just because they're around you, I mean, they could literally be your neighbors. Okay, they're living right next to you. They're working side by side in the same facility. You share the same lunchrooms. You're business partners, and you always have meetings, get-togethers. You do special meetings with all your employees sometimes, or some of your management or whatever. And you got these people around you all the time. But guess what? They got nothing in common with you. You're sharing nothing with them but your life. And listen, I'm not knocking this because a lot of people like this. It doesn't work for me, but I'm a different kind of person. Now, not to take anything away from anybody, but a lot of people do believe that that's life right there. For me, that's not life. The people that are around me, just because they are around me, or the person I spend time most with, the person I talk about business the most with, the person I work with the most, I don't believe in that. I never have. I've been to jobs where in the training they would say, and I've heard this said many times, stuff like, your work week has so many hours in it full time that you're spending so much time with your coworkers. Coworkers are just like family. We're like one family in the company. And I don't believe that. And I've never done that. I'd go to work, I'd go to school, and I'd come home, man. I wouldn't even talk to anybody. There'd be kids hanging out after school. Oh, let's go here, let's go there. And I never did. I finished my stuff and I was out. And even when I worked, I'd finish my shift and I was gone. I never hung out with anybody from work. I can't say I never hung out with anybody from school, but that's because I was a kid and, that's normal, right? But really, I didn't hang around with anyone from work or anyone anywhere, really. You know what I mean? You can't call that hanging out. So just because, and I've learned that now, and I've learned that especially over the last, I'd say 7 or 8 years. Just because somebody's showing up the most around you doesn't make that person the most like tight with you or in your clique or in your life. You really gotta live a certain way, share certain things, and have a genuine, without saying chemistry, because chemistry is used for dating and stuff, but you gotta have some kind of genuine connection and relationship with people in order to associate with people or to say that you're like one group or one caliber of people. You can't just, I hang out with these guys the most all the time. We're the best of friends. No, I'm not saying that's wrong. And I'm just saying for myself, I don't count that. Back to the privacy level. The people who I'm relating to and who are within my life and whatnot, even if they've only watched one of my videos, right? Or they've only seen me a couple of times in real life, and we've never even spoken like immediately, oh, first name basis, what's what? We haven't even spoken on that basis. But there's been some kind of words around and concepts going on and events going on and certain, intricacies. But the point is that within privacy and within a real group, there has to be some kind of genuine, active connection. If there is some kind of genuine connection between these people, it is a real, like a click. That's a click right there. That's a real click. To me, also, I wouldn't have just one kind of click. You know what I mean? There'd be one, like, let's say I have business partners and associates. That would be one circle. You see, for me, I don't believe in just, oh, throw me a ticket, I'm gonna start making money. No, it's got to be right. It's got to be right. Everything, all the variables in the equation have to be right. So if these are my business partners, it has to be genuine. You know what I mean? And then we really got something going. And then outside of that, I'll have a family. I mean, I've lived, I've spent time, I've spent months in people's houses who weren't even my fucking family, man. I've spent time with people who are not my family. I've lived, I occupied a room in places, they weren't even my family, man. But I treated them like my family. I treated them, well, I didn't really, no, to be honest, I didn't treat them like my family. I didn't, because they weren't my family. But it's not taking anything away. It's just that, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. But like I said, when there's a genuine something, I mean, I could have a family, I could have business partners, I could have friends and associates, I could have people that I just generally share ideas with business, every now and then. There could be even people we don't have a direct relationship, but we hear about each other all the time. And we might even be into different stuff, but it just happens to connect and work with everything that we're doing. See what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the point. My point is that the content of privacy and the connection you have based on whatever is what is shared and becomes private within a group rather than one person's life, and you have multiple groups that you associate with in your life, because you can't just have one, I mean, you can have one thing, but it's good to have, like, a little bit of different whatnot, because our lives have a lot of different stuff made up to be made up of. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna say good night, and again, I'm glad that I'm cutting it a bit short and leaving some work to be done here to kind of realize what's going on.